brand story, McDonald's, the most successful restaurant chain in the world. When the McDonald brothers opened their first hot dog shop, they had no idea that their restaurant would become the most popular restaurant chain in the world. McDonald's is the largest fast food chain in the world. The first branch of this restaurant was opened in 1948 by two brothers named Richard and Maurice McDonald in San Bernardino, California. The initial menu of this restaurant included hamburgers, cheeseburgers, fries, and soft drinks so that they could deliver cheap food to their customers as soon as possible. The initial logo of this restaurant was a hamburger with a chef's hat on its head, and its name was Speedy. In 1962, the logo changed to golden curved curves. And in 1968, it was designed in the form of a big M with McDonald's writing. Today, this restaurant has more than 36,900 branches around the world. To read the story of the origin and success factor of this brand, stay with Zamit. The story of the formation of the McDonald's brand. The McDonald family moved from Manchester to Hollywood in the late 1930s. Richard and Maurice McDonald were hired as behind-the-scenes agents at the studio. Their father, Patrick McDonald, opened a food kiosk in 1937 near the airport in Monrovia, California. At first, the menu of this small restaurant was only hot dog sandwiches. Sometime later, a hamburger sandwich for 10 cents and an unlimited orange juice drink for 5 cents were added to the restaurant menu. In 1940, Richard and Maurice McDonald moved this sandwich kiosk several kilometers to San Bernardino, California. They named the restaurant McDonald's Barbecue. Their menu included 25 types of food, and most of them were grilled food. Their restaurant was one of those restaurants where people sat in their cars in the parking lot and the waiters took their orders and delivered the food to them. McDonald's. In 1948, these two brothers realized that their biggest profit came from selling hamburgers. They changed their menu and this time only put hamburgers, cheeseburgers, potato chips, coffee, soft drinks, and apple pie in their menu. They made major changes in the restaurant in the first year. Potato chips and apple cake were replaced by fried potatoes and milkshakes in the food menu. And the restaurant changed from serving food inside the car to self-service. They also designed their restaurant kitchen to be as efficient as possible. The name of the restaurant was changed to McDonald's and reopened a few months later. In 1952, these two brothers decided to change their restaurant building with the aim of increasing productivity and having a more beautiful appearance. They advertised for their building design and interviewed at least 4 architects. And finally, they chose Stanley Clark Maston. Richard and Maurice together with Maston on the new design of the restaurant building. They drew the map of the restaurant in real dimensions and with chalk on the tennis court near the McDonald's house. In the design of the new restaurant, red and white ceramics, stainless steel, metal sheets with bright colors, glass and red, white, yellow and green neons were used. They also designed the restaurant's logo, a hamburger with a chef's hat on its head, Speedy, with moving neon lights. The use of marketing techniques turned the ordinary McDonald's restaurant into a fast food chain. They reduced the heating devices so that customers would not want to sit inside the restaurant for a long time. The restaurant chairs were designed so that customers can control their food so that they can eat faster. The seats were a little further apart than usual so that the customers could not talk to each other too much. The customers' glasses were conical in shape so that they had to hold their glass in their hands while eating, and this caused them to eat faster. Many other companies such as Burger King, White Castle, and Subway used McDonald's strategies for their own restaurants. McDonald's. At the end of 1953, McDonald's brothers decided to franchise other branches of their restaurant. Be able to buy this franchise again. McDonald's restaurants grew slowly over the course of 3 years, reaching 34 in 1958. In 1959, Kraft opened 68 new restaurants, bringing the total number of branches to 102. McDonald's. Kraft believed that advertising plays a very important role in increasing the sales of products. Therefore, McDonald's company was able to multiply its sales in 1960 by launching several advertising campaigns. The company continued to grow until in 1961. Kraft bought the shares of McDonald's Brothers for $2.7 million and paid 1.9% of annual sales to the two brothers to turn the company into the most successful restaurant chain in the country. Slow, the company introduced its first golden curved logo in 1962 and sold millions of hamburgers the following year. They introduced Ronald McDonald, who was a clown with red hair, in order to make the kids interested in their brand by entertaining them. McDonald's opened the first drive-thru restaurant in Arizona in 1975. The purpose of setting up this restaurant was that customers can place their order without getting out of the car and receive their food in 50 seconds or less while sitting in their car. This service was implemented in many branches of this restaurant in a short period of time. Providing Happy Meals or Happy Meals along with toys for children was one of the other factors that contributed to the success of this restaurant. Until 1991, about 37%. Until 1991, about 37% of the extensive sales of this restaurant were related to its branches outside the United States. In 1967, the first foreign branch of this restaurant was opened in British Columbia, Canada. This trend continued until the following years, until in the early 90s, it had more than 3,600 branches in 58 countries, such as Japan, Canada, Germany, England, and France.